what defines that? And I think I agree
so
with
why
you.
in UDA, for instance? Like,
For example,
give me your ideology. Why in UDA?
the reason I'm in UDA, for example, is one, I believe in its party leader because he
So it's
espouses.
individual.
For example, as a party leader, we just gave him a note a few weeks ago. I believe in him because he's the best presidential candidate that will thrash the Azimio candidate in August, God willing. Number two is the ideals and principles of UDA.
I like the way he dreams
For
during
example,
the day and night.
for example, as in UDA, we are pushing a bottom-up economic model where our main agenda, including ANC and Ford Kenya, is to push for economic reforms to ensure Kenyans, the economy is fixed. Because as we talk today, the public debt is going through the roofs. Kenyans are they watch
Senator,
now as they can't even.
How will bottom-up fix these economic troubles that we're in today?
For example, as Kenya Kwanza, we want to ensure that we have a sustainable public debt because now we are paying a lot. We collect our revenue, try to pay the public debt. And I heard the president saying he's leaving the country with 13 trillion, but he's not telling the country that he's leaving with 3/4 that belongs.
So how
to
does
public
bottom-up
debt.
fix that?
That is why I'm saying we will need to, for example, retire expensive loans, try to improve, see loopholes of revenue collection, for example. Agree, you have seen a situation where some of the companies in this country, I can't mention names because somebody might take it out of context, or their political beliefs, is that some of the companies that we have, and some of them, the KRA has been trying to kill them in quotes. So how do we get out? For example, my brother Senator Ledamo Lekina might be having a small dairy farm, which of course I'm grateful because I normally get milk from there. Is, for example, if KRA today goes to Senator Ledama's dairy farm and they find out that maybe this has a small problem of ETR machine and what have you, the solution in this country for KRA is to close. But when we come in, we want to professionalize KRA where they can partner and ensure they assist a businessman like Ledamo Lekina by complying and ensuring that they remain in business and be able to pay them. So those are some of the issues. When we talk about bottom-up economic model, I can take through you for the next 3 hours.
It doesn't sound very revolutionary, to be honest. It sounds these are governance problems that Jubilee has had since 2014, with all due respect.
Can I just
hang on to that thought?
Yeah.
Hang on to that thought. I'll come back to you.
I think
I have a straight question for you.
Yes.
I need you to respond to that.
And I need to respond to
Absolutely.
what you say.
But the question
on dairy.
But the question, hang on.
Then we can remain relevant.
Yes.
We can be juvenile.
It's true.
Which is which?
Okay.
Okay.
It's never that
talk.
serious.
No, this is serious. It's an election. It's
very
serious.
serious, yes.
Yes, it's a very serious issue.
On the question of
Ideology.
and how how you set yourself differently from what UDA suggests to be different. What is the difference in Azimio? What is the ideology in Azimio?
No, let me put it this way. We have been through a very, very difficult time during the last 2-3 years. A lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of companies have closed down. In fact, here in Nairobi, if you look at one of the biggest hotels that used to bring in a lot of tax, into this country, closed down. This is the Intercontinental. This is a time when we want a government that can be able to rely on what we call demand-side economics, where the government has got to pump in a lot of resources into the economy so that you can be able to improve. If you look at our ideology as ODM, we are looking at your personal health care. We want to ensure that you are healthy enough because every citizen must be healthy to be able to be productive. We are looking at the youth. The youth in this country make up about 70% or even 80% of the population. A lot of these youth are unemployed. Our solutions to that is to be able to put money into the pocket of this youth, be able to expand more. I'll give you a practical example and real figures here. If you look at, since the advent of devolution, the amount of money that have gone into Narok County to support youth is only 5 million shillings. If you look at other counties, like let's say Nairobi, Murang'a, or even Nandi County, it's in the tone of hundreds of million shillings. We want a government that can be able to provide some form of equity, even if it is not
where do you get this money from? Hang on. We're getting there.
$6,000.
Hang on.
So you see, in every